Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and it's now the beginning of December, and we're getting into the thick of it in NFL news. World Cup is moving, basketball is gliding by in the beginning, but basketball, I love those Christmas Day games. But football season just flies by so fast. But while it's getting cold, let me bundle up here and let's kick this blow the whistle sports off. But first, let me introduce my co-host. You know that man, that Washington Redskin. Oh, my bad, Washington Commanders fan.
But don't you ever.
Oh man,
How dare
man,
you.
man, Mr. Stephen Rubang. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you. Don't you look kind of jolly? I feel like a Frosty the Snowman early season.
Tis the season.
In the Carolina spirit.
Tis the season. Hey, Thanksgiving just passed. Had a wonderful turkey day, and now we approaching Christmas Day. What'd you give me for Christmas?
I got you Baker Mayfield, and you didn't appreciate it.
Steve. Now let's not talk about people that belong to the Rams, please.
Ooh, man.
Please. Yeah.
That was the gift. You needed a quarterback. I got you Baker Mayfield, and you guys don't appreciate him.
Steve, that was a test, a science test that went horribly bad.
Man. You talking about a man who went from the outhouse to the penthouse.
Well, you mean from the penthouse to the outhouse?
No, I mean from the outhouse to the penthouse. He left Carolina to come to L.A. You don't think that Baker Mayfield and his wife is like, hallelujah?
I guess because of being sunny California.
Oh yeah, come on now. That's a no-brainer.
Oh, okay. Let them have that without Cooper Kupp, with what 7-8 people on IR. He can have at it.
Oh, like Carolina was much better.
It was.
But let's get into it. Though.
Don't disrespect my Carolina.
We're going to talk more about that later, but let's get right into it because we have a whole lot of news to go to. So let's get started with the contest first.
Yeah, okay. Well, the contest. Let's get it up here. First place last week was Desert Eagle 86. Congratulations, sir. That's the guy that won.
He's having an amazing year this year. I mean, fly Eagles fly. He's been riding the Eagles all year.
Yeah. It's another Eagles fan, but he ain't doing so well. And then we got Sean 33. He's sticking in the thick of it also.
Can he lose a week? I mean, every week he's been just consistent. I'm starting to get concerned. I've been like just waiting for my turn, but I think he might win this whole thing.
Yeah, you should be concerned because you like in 5th place this week.
I can't get a break. I mean, every week it looks like it's going to be my week, and then some crazy upset just happens every week.
It'd be hilarious. I get all the first games right, then the second half it's like hits you like a truck.
Yeah, it's like I get an upset win, and then all of a sudden somebody who's a guaranteed win loses every week. It seems this way.
Like Baltimore last week.
Like Baltimore last week. We got to talk about Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about him. But coming up in 3rd place is your boy. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take a bow.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You're still behind me overall. But
I mean, that's fine. I'll creep on you because we got plenty of games left for me to take number 1, like I said in the beginning of the season. But we can't forget to congratulate Jay Wizzle. He's in 4th place ahead of you.
All right, well, congratulations.
But you guys are tied with the score, but he must have put the better tiebreaker up.
Yeah. The score was not what I expected on the Monday night game, but we'll get into that in a second. That Brady, man,
and we'll give honorable mention to Shelly, Mary.
Yeah, that's mom. Mom's had a good week. I let her know she was above 500. So
man,
good week.
Does she know the game, or does she pick by uniforms, or how she likes it?
She knows the game, but then she does do a lot of teams she don't like, and teams she does like. Kind of I don't like a particular player, so I'm not gonna go with that team.
Hey, well, the funny part is she came in 6th place of all of the people that think they know football. She's still.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is a season where it don't matter. The logic goes out the window. Sometimes it's just right place at the right time and pick a city.
Yes, sir. But let's jump into the news, man. Let's jump into this news.
Oh man, we got some news this week. Injuries, but let's should we say your guy for last? Let's say Baker for last.
Why are you saying my guy? He belongs to the Rams. See, I see you gonna be needling me about this for the rest of the season.
You better believe I am, because I told you from week one. I'm gonna reinforce what I told you in the first show of the season about how a person in any job is supposed to sell themselves correctly. Your job as an employee is to make the employer look like you are the best thing ever. And Baker Mayfield is the worst at doing it. I mean, he's the absolute. He needs to go talk to Kirk Cousins about how to sell yourself to get a multi-million-dollar contract that you don't deserve. Because Kirk Cousins mastered how to sell yourself to an organization.
But now, Steve, you know, you're like the little red guy on somebody's shoulder, because you talk about Kirk Cousins and check this out.
Yeah,
he has one of the elite wide receivers that he throws to, and he's made this man look like a champion.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
How many playoff wins does Kirk Cousins have?
Oh man. Well, okay, let's
exactly. How many playoff wins does Baker Mayfield have? 1. How many does Kirk Cousins have?
No, Baker Mayfield has 2.
Well, 2. Well, 2, 1. It's still 2 more than Kirk Cousins.
He took the Browns further.
Yeah.
In the playoffs than they ever been,
and he's making half of what Kirk Cousins is making, and half. In half the time, Kirk Cousins has had 10 years to get no playoff wins and making $35 million a year.
How many teams do you think Baker Mayfield is going to end up on?
Quite a few, because he don't seem to understand how to. Did you know that he asked for this release? Did you know that?
Yeah, I know he asked for the release.
I mean, how many teams can you ask to release you so you don't understand? They will release you. If you ask to get released, they will release you. You ask to get traded, they will trade you. That's hurting your value. If you get traded, your value goes down. And Baker Mayfield's value is just going ding, ding, ding.
Hey, funny thing, I was at a poker game just the other night, right?
Right.
And I was talking to some guys that I told them that Baker not only is on the Rams, that more than likely he's going to start this week. If not this week, next week.
Right. Well, this week I like Baker Mayfield, so I want him to go to the Rams and do well. Speaking of which, since you did bring up, you heard about Stafford's latest, right?
Oh, the spinal
injury. That's serious, man. That is you could retire from the NFL off of a spinal injury if especially at his age. I mean, it ain't like he's 25, 26. So
and pointing out, he's made a boatload of money and
has a championship,
and he solidified himself as in the Hall of Fame. So
well, I don't know about that much.
But
he definitely has a Super Bowl ring. So let's
solidified himself.
Okay, all right. That being said, Baker Mayfield could be playing for a starting job with the Rams next season if he comes in there and does a good job. So it could be a win-win.
But he signed with a place. Well, they picked him up off of waivers, and they're hurt.
Well, they're hurt.
He has to go there and turn lemons into Kool-Aid.
Well, okay, but look at their division though. Who in their division is running away with anything? The Niners. We don't know what the Niners are going to end up with now that Garoppolo may be out for the rest of the season. Arizona hasn't shown yet they're ready to play. And Seattle's just up and down.
And Seattle play us this week.
Yeah, Seattle. I mean, you don't know what Seattle team's going to show up.
Since you said Niners, what's up, Mike Johnson? He's watching us right now. He said, "Bang bang." You know what that means?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
But
ask him what's asking his opinion. So, what do you think about what we've been talking about so far?
He
Mike
said,
Johnson?
"Watch your mouth."
What? Oh my goodness.
Hey, people, please like, subscribe, and share. And you can holler at us directly on YouTube.
Ask him what I said wrong. What have I said wrong so far?
Well, Mike, he wants you to.
I want you to tell me Tell me one thing I said that's been wrong so far.
Well, I got to bet with him that Brady's gonna tear him up without having the quarterback.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got the Buccaneers to win this week, but
hey, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later, but let's go off some more of these quarterbacks because we got quite a few.
All right, moving right along with the news.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, poor Lamar.
Now when I talked to you during the game, you were sitting there saying, "Well, he's walking off the field." He just Now it comes out that he might be out for the rest of the season with this
Well,
particular injury.
to correct you, I had went to the restroom and came back, and I was like, what's going on? Because I had put in some bets, and Baltimore was the head of a lot of those bets.
Yeah.
And that was an easy game if Lamar plays.
Lamar plays, but it was one of those injuries that at the time didn't look that serious. He looked like he was just kind of like just walking off, like, okay, maybe I'll just take a little break.
I feel, we talked about it that day of the game, and I feel it's what you said. They didn't give him a contract, so why put his body on the line for them?
I was thinking the same thing too, but apparently, I guess it was a little more serious than we thought. But I don't know. Do you think it might be a case of he could play if he really had a 4-year contract?
I mean, if he was really invested, to him, I guess it doesn't seem like the team is invested in him. So why should they invest his body into them and put it on the line?
Great question. I don't know.
Because he walked off the field. He was limping.
Yeah, he was limping.
I've seen him limp before and still play.
Yeah, I have too. So I don't know. It's going to be seen. That's a big question mark as to where he goes for the rest of the season. So, but right now the Ravens, other than the Bengals, they seem like the two teams for that division. So let's see and see. But a surprise injury. Did you see Trevor Lawrence's injury? Well, it was nasty when it happened, but he went in and played the rest of the game. But
see, warrior.
Yeah.
He's showing that team he's invested and he wants them to feel comfortable about him.
Yeah, because when I saw that injury, I said, "Oh my God, he may not ever play for it again." It looked so bad, but
Steve, come on, man! You put a lot on it. It did look bad. It did look bad.
It looked bad.
That's a young man. He did, because I don't know if you watched my post on Facebook. I told Lamar to throw some dirt on it and get back out there.
You did. I saw that.
Trevor threw some dirt on it and got back out there and got into it.
Listen, I got in credit because I was watching that play as it happened, and I get that old Joe Theismann cringe. Like I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God, what happened to Joe Theismann?" Oh. I thought, "Oh my God, this guy's career is over."
That foot looked like it was broke or something.
Yeah, so
flexible.
It's flexible. Hey, he did his stretches real well. So God bless him. I hope he comes back soon because he has been playing pretty well up to that point. So let's wait and see. Who else we got? Get a little off the quarterbacks for a second before you get to Jimmy G.
Okay.
Von Miller out for the year. Yeah, so that kind of
you made that investment, and now that man is sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah,
and see that was the little ace in the hole,
right,
to put more pressure.
So do the Bills now? Do they fall a little bit in your Super Bowl predictions?
No.
Okay, so you still got them.
No.
Von Miller, no Von Miller. They're still the team in the AFC.
They still the team. Well, them and Kansas City. Okay. But as we saw with Kansas City. They didn't play their game last week. No. And that was really disappointing because that messed me up in fantasy.
Yeah, messed me
up. You were able to squeak by me in fantasy because Kelsey did not live up to his name.
It was a beautiful thing, baby. Beautiful thing. Thank you, Travis. Thank you for taking your 1 week off, the week I needed you to. So I want to thank him again because he's been getting 3 touchdowns a game. Last week he was MIA.
He got that strip fumble right there.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And then another, not so significant, but kind of like for fantasy people, Mark Ingram out for the year for the Saints. So that kind of leaves it all up to Kamara.
And he wasn't looking too great
either. So I don't know what to do with the Saints. That team's just, I guess they're just taking the season. They're looking for their future quarterback.
I got a question for you, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this drama. Where's Odell Beckham going, man?
Okay, well, let's talk about Odell Beckham since you brought it up. Apparently, the Cowboys are all gung-ho. Let's get Odell. And then I guess apparently the medical report, they got their hands on it a little bit. And they're a little skeptical now. They're like, So what's his name? Micah Parsons came out and said Odell has told him he could be ready in 5 weeks, just in time for the playoffs. The medical report may not be saying the same thing. So
he might need to sit out the whole season.
Yeah, he might need to sit out the whole season. So the Cowboys are getting a little cold feet because they would have signed it by now. If they were 100% sure that he's going to be healthy in time, he would have been signed. So
that really upsets me. See. He's been wasting a spot on my fantasy team. On a few of them where I could have put somebody else.
Well, let me ask you a question, because we know him from back in the club days. He's quite a prolific partier.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Do we feel
he's a very nice person?
He's a
also.
very nice person, very friendly, but he don't have the Tom Brady fire in him to bring out the best.
He's a wide receiver. Wide receivers have a different type of swag.
Okay,
Steve.
but it's a different swag. But when you coming off of what is it, like 2 different knee injuries, 2 separate knee injuries, is he really putting in the full 100% of the rehab that needs to be done to get?
I believe that he's a businessman, and just like I'll bring him up. Terrell Owens still looks like he's ready to play.
Yeah.
And Odell Beckham has that type of work ethic.
But I never questioned Terrell Owens' work ethic. You may question anything else about Terrell Owens, but he has never, ever been out of shape. He's never, ever been someone who you question didn't bring it all as far as the workout.
You saw him boxing in front of the CBS?
Man.
In Inglewood?
That's not
Inglewood.
Yeah, that's no joke at all. But Odell Beckham, I've seen him at games. I've seen him around town. I don't know. I don't think he's fully invested.
That's a young man, Steve.
He ain't that young. In wide receiver terms, he's kind of up there now.
In your younger days, you used to do a whole lot.
I know, but
I know you had those 48-hour days.
Yeah, but I wasn't trying in the NFL trying to get a multi-million-dollar contract either. So you gotta put the work in. I'm just saying, is he fully invested to come back, or is he more? Let's just wait and see. So we'll see. Put a big question mark. Will Odell Beckham play this year?
Hey, we'll leave that question mark. But guess what? Lovie Smith announces Davis Mills to return as starter.
I saw that and I said, should I bring that up? Is that really relevant to anyone? I mean, the Texans have just been being so badly. Doesn't matter who starts for them.
They definitely gonna get the best quarterback out the draft.
They get #1 pick. I mean,
they're making sure of it.
They're making sure. I mean, there's just no question that when I seen from the Texans, they said we are going to be the #1 pick at the draft. So good luck, Davis Mills. Go out there and do what you do. All right, let's get to Jimmy G.
Yes, sir.
Now, originally, Jimmy G, the idea was he's done for the season. He's not going to come back now. I guess they went and got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, how many opinions they need to get to now say, well, he might come back for the playoffs.
It's optimistic.
So
optimistic, Steve.
Well, that's the running thing now, is that they're having the hope that we can just hold on with Purdy. And Purdy did look Purdy. I would say Brock Purdy looked Purdy in his game last week. So the question now is that now that the tape will be on him, will he still look Purdy in the next week game? He's playing against a much better opponent.
Hey, yo, Mike, why don't you go check us out on not Facebook, but go through to YouTube, and I believe it's much clearer on YouTube until our web person updates us and puts us on a public Facebook instead of my personal Facebook. Check us out. Go to YouTube and check us on YouTube, because we have a bunch of people watching us on YouTube right now.
And we appreciate every single one of you. We appreciate.
Very much so, very much so.
But let's talk about a question mark as far as quarterback last week, Deshaun Watson. Now, we kind of knew he was going to come back and not be 100%. We knew there was going to be a little.
He hasn't played in 2 years. I expected everything I saw last week.
I did. I thought he would at least come out there and show flashes of greatness. He looked like he just had never seen a football before in his life. Now I'm saying that just kind of maybe he was hurt because it was Houston. I thought going back and playing Houston, he wanted to go out. Did you see the scene where he went over and tried to shake the owner's hand and the owner's wife turned her back on him? Did you see that?
No, I did not watch for that.
Yeah, man. Before the game, he went over to try to give a little slight handshake to the owner of the Texans, and his wife, who was standing right next to him, completely did a complete turn your back on him, let him know.
But the owner shook his hand.
Owner gave him a little kind of dap. I wouldn't call it a full handshake. It was more of a, how you got to just, somebody has their hand out, so you kind of touch their hand.
See, this is the thing, and what's going on. And let me get off of sports period about people. And when you do your time, it's time for people to move on, not for them to get caught of what happened back in the day.
Okay, well, listen. Well, let's get into the owners. This guy drafted Deshaun Watson to be his savior. to lead him to the championship level.
Right.
Now, this guy, who, I mean, it wasn't ever his play that caused him not to play. It was off the field stuff. Wouldn't you be hurt as an owner if you invested?
Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes, because I see you doing the little red guy on your shoulder again, and it's completely wrong, the narrative that you're drawing up.
I'm just calling what it is.
Wait a minute. The narrative that you bringing up is wrong. You know why?
Why is that?
Because that came out after. What the owner did was he drafted this young man, and he played for the Texans excellent. And he had a nice supporting staff. What the owner did was sabotage him and yank the carpet from under his feet and take away his wide receivers.
Okay.
You know that, right?
I do know that, yes.
All they needed was that running back piece to make them extra extraordinary, because they were already extraordinary.
Okay, but then what did Deshaun Watson do then? Much like with Baker Mayfield, he sold himself short to get out of town, requesting the trade, not playing to the best of his ability. I mean,
you like blaming players.
I'm just calling what it is.
I'm calling it what it is. If you're playing for a place and they say they want to win, and then you get rid of the not just like the number 8 wide receiver or the number 9th or even the number 5, you get rid of the number 1 wide receiver at that time.
Yeah.
His favorite target.
Okay.
You don't get it?
I get it, but I'm just saying that don't mean you're going to tank the season and run off the team. But you lose a guy. I mean, in the history of the NFL, many quarterbacks have lost their top targets and continue playing on.
And that wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. Remember, he had 2 number 1s arguably, or 3 number 1s arguably on that team, because they had Woods, and they also had why can't I ever remember this guy's name?
I know, it's like you're talking about too.
But they got rid of him also. That is when he was like, you know what? Y'all don't want to win. I want out of here.
Okay, so going back to what I said, they invested as their number 1 pick of the draft. This is the savior. This is the guy who they brought in to lead them to glory. And
everybody saw him.
Yeah.
Everybody saw his play.
Okay.
So you wanted him to stay like Barry Sanders stayed in Detroit, like Megatron stayed in Detroit, like Matthew Stafford stayed in Detroit, where their careers got wasted.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford was smart enough and snuck out of town and got him a Super Bowl as soon as he snuck out of town. You wanted Deshaun Watson to waste his youth, which basically this is a moot point, because he's wasted his youth already with the allegations and the 2 years off.
Right. So, I mean, either way you look at it, bottom line is that he failed the Texans. That's the only way you look at it. He didn't deliver. We can go down other quarterbacks who are in the same boat that were brought in. I mean, Mayfield for Cleveland. He was brought in to be the savior of the Browns, and he didn't get the job done. I mean, bottom line is when you hire somebody to be the number 1 quarterback that's supposed to be your savior, it's a win or else. I mean, the NFL is a win league, right?
Win, win, win.
So you got it.
I believe Deshaun Watson was doing a fine job at it for the Texans until the owner monkey wrenched his whole.
All right, so now he got his way out of town. Now he's at Cleveland. Let's see what he does.
He'll be fine.
Okay, so that's the question. So right now, first game, I'm sure he wasn't happy with it, but he still has 5 more weeks to see what he's going to do. So just wanted to bring him up. Speaking of Mayfield, let me talk to you because you have just disrespecting this man. I've always been real to Baker.
I don't disrespect players.
When Baker Mayfield went to the Browns, the 3 seasons before he was there, they were 3-13, 1-15, and 0-16.
Yes, sir.
This man came in and immediately made them relevant.
Yes, sir.
Now, that being said, he should have stayed and finished out what he started in Cleveland. Instead, he decided to try to pull an old okie doke and get my way out of town, whining and crying. And for doing that, it's been like a downward spiral. He just aspired himself now to the point of being waived.
Like Mary J. Blige, he's going down.
He's going down. I mean, did you hear Tom Brady being waived? Peyton Manning, Drew Brees? None of these guys are waived.
Well, you know,
If Drew Brees was traded, yes, but he was never waived.
put it in perspective. He got waived because he asked to be waived.
Exactly, which makes absolutely no sense. Why would you ask to lower your trade value, to lower your value? Why would you do that? That makes zero sense.
He believes that he still has value.
Okay,
that he just came to the wrong situation.
There's 5 weeks left in the season. Sit on the bench for 5 weeks. Sit on the bench for 5 weeks. Come out next year and prove yourself at a different location.
I'm not arguing.
You're getting waived. They're going to pay you the same amount of money whether you play or don't play. So it's not changing the value of your paycheck, but it does hurt you next year when you try to get a new contract. They're going to sit there and say, he has to be waived, right? Why am I going to pay him $15 million when he's already asked 2 teams to leave? Why would I trust him to be my franchise quarterback when when the chips were down, he's ran twice?
I agree with you 1,000%. And then it starts to boil into that factor that you said before, that he should have stayed over there and did the same thing, because now he's starting to seem like a crybaby.
Exactly. And that if you have a job, your job is to make yourself look the best you can at that job. Even if you're working at a fast food restaurant, even if you're not happy working at a fast food restaurant, when you're there and you're in front of the bosses, at least make yourself look like you want to be there. If you act like you don't even want to be there, you act like, fire me, I don't care. Then at that point, you're not of any use to do any better for yourself. And so that's pretty much Baker Mayfield is that he's like, okay, when things are going well, I'm happy, I'm high fiving, I'm doing this. But when the chips are down, trade me, waive me, let me go.
You know what? I'm gonna open up the phone lines.
Yeah, please do, because I want somebody to say, name me any great quarterback who sat up there and asked to be waived. If you could name me one quarterback who is a Hall of Fame level quarterback who's asked to be waived, please let me know. And I'm talking about in the history of the NFL. Name one, a Hall of Fame level quarterback who's asked to be waived from this team.
Aaron Rodgers, right?
Aaron Rodgers asked to be waived? Aaron Rodgers has never asked to be waived.
Oh, traded then.
Traded? Well, there's a big difference between being traded and being waived. That's a big difference. Many quarterbacks have asked to be traded, but no quarterback in the history I can think of has ever asked to be waived from a team in the middle of the season. It's unheard of. You don't do that.
Hey,
that number one, that's quitting on the Panther. I mean, I know you as a Panther fan, you kind of like let it whatever. That's quitting on the people in that Panther locker room, because right now, Sam Darnold is one player away from being knocked out, and you stuck with who?
Hey,
T.J. Walker. That's it.
I
mean, seriously,
leave Sam Darnold alone.
I'm not.
Sam Darnold has turned out to be a class act, and
yeah,
he shut up and he took it on the chin.
And he's back to starting again, and that Baker Mayfield needs to learn from that.
He did, but you know what Sam said about Baker? He said that he's a class act.
Okay, well, they all say that. This week, they can say that about him all you want. I mean, I like Baker, but I'm saying he's done himself no favors the way he's conducted his career so far.
Yeah, because he looked like he was all in, headbutting people without a helmet on.
And then next week he has to be waived. And so, I mean, what? Because I'm the number 3 guy now waive me? But what's it? But if you made me number 2, I'm there. I'm all in. But you're gonna make me number 3, so okay, waive me. I'm gonna leave.
Is there a game that sticks out to not to cut you off of that?
Go ahead.
But I know you like kicking players.
I'm just being real about it. I'm here to speak out as it is. Listen, I believed in Baker. I wanted Baker for the Redskins back when the Redskins were the Redskins, like when they were the Redskins. I wanted him to be our quarterback. I was hoping they would draft him.
Wow.
But right now, the way he's conducting himself, I'm kind of thankful they didn't.
You got Heineke.
If he had Heineke, you know what I say about Heineke? He's Brett Favre without Brett Favre's arm. If he just had Brett Favre's arm, man, I would love to see what he could do.
Just so disrespectful to the man that's winning.
He's winning. Well, he's winning, but
he's winning.
I know, but
he's a winner.
He is a winner. That's why I'm calling Brett Favre without the arm.
Stop downgrading him in the
It's not a downgrade. No, very few quarterbacks have the arm Brett Favre have. I mean, you probably less than 1% of the quarterbacks who've ever played in the NFL could do what Brett Favre did with his arm.
Okay.
I said, if Taylor Heineke had that arm and could get that ball down the yard, 60, 70 yards like that, he'd be unstoppable. But right now,
you know
he don't
what?
have it.
He don't need the arm.
He needs it. You need the arm. In the NFL,
He's winning.
Did you watch Josh Allen's arm? Did you see what Josh Allen can do with his ball?
Remarkable.
Okay. So when you have an arm like that, anytime you're dangerous. It don't matter the situation. You can get the ball anywhere you need to get the ball.
But that's only 1%.
But that's what I'm saying.
We got a Patrick Mahomes and we got a Josh Allen.
And those two are dangerous at any play because no matter what you do to them, they can always get the ball where it needs to get to.
Who else has an arm like that?
In the NFL now, those are only two.
Aaron Rodgers don't have that arm?
No, not anymore. No, he used to.
You don't like Aaron Rodgers?
No, I'd say maybe 5-6 years ago he used to have that type of arm. But
we have two elites.
Two elites. Yeah, the two elites. Who else? Name me somebody else.
I just asked because that's who I.
Those are the two.
You see in the AFC, I say the Bills and KC.
Right.
And I tell you in the NFC, and people looked at me like I was crazy. I said the 49ers are dangerous in that NFC.
Yeah, but with Garoppolo they are. But Purdy is a question mark.
And that's yet to be seen.
Yet to be seen.
But the team, that defense wins games. That's a dangerous team. Also in the NFC, you know who's dangerous?
Who do you think?
I'm
gonna say don't say the Vikings.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say
not the Vikings. Let me.
I want to hear this one because you've already denigrated the Eagles and the Cowboys. So who are you gonna say?
Tampa Bay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I drew a blank.
Okay.
49ers in Tampa Bay. The Cowboys.
Man, you ever been on the Cowboys all year?
Dude, the Cowboys and that whole division. Have you looked at who the people they played?
Well, I'm saying,
Fool's gold,
okay.
man. Fool's gold.
He's been saying this all year. Fool's gold. We'll see.
Hey, that division looks great. They look like the division to beat.
I don't like those teams, but I respect them. I've never been an Eagles or a Cowboys fan, but I respect both of those teams for what they've done so far.
The Cowboys.
Now with the Cowboys, I mean, until they win, I have to see it in the playoffs because they've been looking good for 20 years. We've been talking about it. This is the year. The Cowboys. This is the year. This is the year. Until I see them in the playoffs win a game, I don't buy into anything.
You know who the Cowboys lost to?
I know who they lost to.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, as long as Brady can walk, I'm never counting Brady out. As you guys saw,
GOAT.
Monday Night Football.
GOAT.
He was down by 2 touchdowns with like less than 5 minutes left in the game. 2 touchdowns, he was down. And let's talk about bad coaching. Dennis Smith.
Woo! Preach.
You just watched Tom Brady take the ball downfield on your team and get a touchdown. You get the ball back, but you never should have got the ball back. They should kick the onside kick. You get the ball back. You got Alvin Kamara.
Bad play call.
I mean, he's the ultimate two-way guy. He can catch the ball in the backfield and run the ball.
Yes, sir.
On the outside. What are you doing? You run 3 plays and take 31 seconds off the clock.
Enough time for the GOAT to do what
Enough time. I mean, he needed every second of those time that they didn't waste. You're supposed to let the clock run.
But do you see that's situational football? That's why when the regular season stops and then the postseason starts, the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's chess. It's chess, and you do not want to see Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Godwin, break rolling the town with Leonard Fournette. You don't want to see him rolling the town.
Don't want to see it. I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I had Tampa win the division anyway, but like I said, Brady has not been himself. But come on, you cannot give him the ball back with over 2 minutes left and a timeout. That was the killer.
Yes,
he had over 2 minutes and a timeout. They didn't even waste their timeout to make it harder for him. I mean, they just said, here, we want you to look great on Monday Night Football. Let's give you a chance to do what you do.
It's true.
And Tom Brady said, okay, I'll take it.
And Purdy, don't let him look like he looked last week from week to week. He'll be dangerous.
Yeah, well, I
I
like
just
what I saw
think that
from him.
Tom Brady will be able to get him this game because he has to get himself situated that first week, starting, not coming in, but starting.
But before we get into these picks, let's go over some other sports. You know, we can't neglect these other sports. You know, we have a lot of great sports going on, a lot of information. So let's talk about the biggest sport right now in the world.
Soccer?
You mean football?
Soccer.
Football.
Soccer.
International football is what they call it. But
I've always heard soccer. I'm sorry.
I guess it's the thing called the World Cup. It's supposed to be even bigger than the Super Bowl.
The World Cup.
Do you think the World Cup's bigger than the Super Bowl? I mean, that's the talk. I think
that's a tough one right there.
Yeah, could the World Cup year after year deliver what the Super Bowl ring? You know, the World Cup's every 4 years. So, you know, you got 4 years to build to it. Super Bowl delivers every year. So I got to give the Super Bowl credit for year after year delivering huge ratings, a great show. So I'm gonna give the Super Bowl a little pass on. But
I want to give them both their respect because they're both different sports, very different sports.
Yeah, they are different sports, but I guess World Cup means more because it's country against countries. I mean, your whole country's building behind the team. Speaking of which, we got to the final 8 teams. So there was a huge upset. Nobody saw coming. Morocco upset mighty power Spain. So I'm sure that really hurt, because Morocco has a lot of connections with Spain historically. So I'm sure Spain is like really suffering. Like they're really hurting because they thought they wouldn't be fighting for the World Cup this year. But we got Croatia, Brazil, the Netherlands, Argentina, Morocco, Portugal, England, and France in the final 8. Who are you taking? I know you're a betting man. If you got a bet right now for the final 8, who do you think is going to go all the way? I'm going to write down.
Say the names again.
You got Croatia, Brazil, Netherlands, Argentina, Morocco, Portugal, England, and France.
I'm going to go with Argentina.
All right. I'm going to go with Brazil.
And you know why? I'm just now getting into soccer. At first it wasn't a game that I really really cared about, but as seen as how many people got into it, and then I watched the game and I was like, they out there playing hard.
Oh, they play hard. No, I mean they're playing for their country. I mean, this is I mean, it's one thing to play for your team, but when you're playing for your country and the whole country's behind you, you got no choice but to play hard. I mean, people have lost lives about the World Cup. I mean, this is a serious thing, and one play could change your whole world, good or bad. You could become a hero of your whole country, or you can become the GOAT. So I'm taking Brazil because I saw them out there. They dancing, they prancing, they doing all kind of crazy stuff. So I say that energy they got, I like what I see from them. They play very loose. They literally having fun playing. So I'm gonna go to Brazil. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
All right, you take Brazil, I'll take Argentina.
All right.
And we'll see what goes.
We'll see what goes down. We'll see who's closest.
Hey, what's going on, James Johnson? He hit us on Facebook. Shout out to you. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Absolutely. Please do. Please do. We don't talk much about baseball. We don't get baseball love. Before I get into this baseball, I'm gonna tell you because I grew up a baseball fan. I mean, I was almost as much love with baseball as I was with football as a kid. Baseball is much like Baker Mayfield. They don't sell themselves well.
Oh man.
But when I was a kid growing up, you had superstar baseball players were almost as elite as superstar NFL players, growing in the 60s, 70s, even going into the early 80s. They don't sell their players like they used to. Outside of a couple players, who can name more than 5 or 6 players on any team in baseball if you're not a baseball fan? Nobody.
I mean, you brought this up before, but isn't that there? Each person that plays any professional sport is basically a franchise within themselves, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Now it will be in the organization's best ideal to market their players so that the jerseys fly off the shelf.
And baseball doesn't do it. I don't understand it. I mean, baseball sells itself on its tradition and sells itself off of teams, but we live in a social media era where people are into more than just what you do on the field. You look at the NFL and the NBA, you hear more about what Give an example. The thing of player, Russell Westbrook or Steph Curry or LeBron. You know more about their social lives than you know about what they do on the field.
This is true.
You can't name anything about any baseball player as far as their social lives or what they do off the field. I mean, there's just no
Most
passion
of the time,
for,
everybody's walking with baseball players and not even knowing they walking.
and they know
next
about
to them.
you can walk next to them on the street and not know who they are. I mean, it's just a different mindset as far as how. And I think the NBA is the best as far as marketing their players. But I mean, but football,
NFL's pretty good too.
NFL's pretty good as well. But baseball, they just seem. But there's one guy who has been marketable, and that is Aaron Judge. And Aaron Judge marketed his way. He played the Giants off on the Yankees to get a huge contract. He got one of them 9 years, $350, almost $40 million contracts. So God bless him.
Ooh,
If you can get that much money in baseball, hey, you deserve it. So yeah, so that was a big story. And then the other big story, surprise story, was kind of Clayton Kershaw, which people pretty much thought was kind of winding up his career. He actually re-signed with the Dodgers, and people were thinking the Dodgers might try to go after Justin Verlander, and it don't look like
the
so.
Dodgers getting rid of all their players? What's going on?
Yeah, they're kind of going through a transition. It looks like Cody Bellinger, I think, just signed, I think with the Cubs, I want to say. Yeah, they kind of their window is closing. I mean, they've had quite a run. It's called about a 10-year run. I think they won the division 9 of those 10 years, a couple World Series. I mean, it was a nice run. It wasn't the run it should have been. They should have had about 3 or 4 World Series titles. But I think that the run is kind of over with, and so they need to rebuild, retool. So let's see what kind of team they pulled out last. I mean, they had a great record last year, but then went out quickly in the first round. So let's see what kind of record they do next year.
And please like, subscribe, and share if you want to talk to us. Call in. The number is 818-396-5080. Holla at us. We holla back.
But before we get into those picks, we got to bring up Deion Sanders. Prime time.
That's the man.
Prime time. He did something I'd never seen before. Man. Now, for those who don't know, Deion Sanders has been the Jackson State coach for the last, I think it was 3 years.
Right.
Had an amazing run with Jackson State, leading to this season, an undefeated season, going into their bowl game this Saturday.
You can watch the game?
Oh, you know I'm gonna watch it. Come on now. You know I love bowl game. I love everything about the energy. Well, I think it's not this Saturday. I think it's actually next Saturday. I think it's gonna be the 16th. Don't quote me on that. I want to say it's the 16th Celebration Bowl.
Right.
Playing against NC Central. So it's an entertaining game. I look forward to watching it. But now I don't know. I think Deion Sanders is not going to coach the game. I got to check to see if he's. Because I think when he signed with Colorado, I don't think he's going to agree to coach the game. But anyway, that being said,
he led him all the way there, and he's not going to coach the game.
Well, if you
come on now,
if you sign country with a new team, you got to go. I mean, I'll have to double check to see. Most times when a head coach signs with a new college, immediately they leave that old college and go immediately to start working with the new team. I have to double check to see. I'd be surprised if Colorado let him coach the Jackson State game. But that anyway, it's still being said.
Is it the money?
Well, it's always the money. Come on. Deion Sanders got a song called "It's About the Money." So I mean, you know
what I said.
Remember that video?
That was part of the song. When I said,
know it's always the money. Come on now, you know it's the money. But that being said, prime time. But that being said, he gave a players meeting I've never heard of before.
To the new team?
To the new team. First day coming in, introduced himself to the new team. He told them off the back, and I'm going to quote him. He said, you guys go ahead and just jump into the portal, go into the transfer portal, because I'm bringing my own luggage, and my luggage is Louis Vuitton. Whew. I mean, if you would have looked at the players' faces as he's giving that press conference, I never saw such sad looking.
It was hilarious.
I mean, it's hilarious, but it's kind of.
But when you first told me this, and we were going over our get down for the show, I had to watch it, and he basically let them know, if you're not coming to win, you leave. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But the way he come about it,
Hey,
I mean, I like the realness of it.
These are grown men.
Yeah,
and he's giving them life the way it goes.
Yeah, but sometimes guys actually like the place they're playing at. They might not be playing football, but they like the university. They got a girlfriend on campus. They have friends. They might like the parties. Come on, Dion, you weren't you were a great talent in college, but you weren't exactly the hardest working man as far as all the ins and outs stuff. You partied, you had a good time in college. Let these guys have a good time. I mean, don't come in there.
He know they're gonna have a good time, but when you get on that field, I've listened to. I love the way how clear he is with his players, how he talks to them. Do what you do out there. Once you step in here, it's business time.
Okay.
You are businessmen. He's showing them how to present themselves and how to conduct themselves.
Right.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, we're gonna find out. He better come out here looking real strong. Because
is there any game that you want to talk about before we go into the new picks?
Talking about for last week?
Yeah. The Cowboys did their thing in that late game.
Yeah.
But they only played the 9-3 Cowboys played the 4-8 Colts, and everybody wants to talk about how they blew them out. They should have blew them out.
Well, hell yeah, I agree.
You know what? I guess the game to talk about is that KC Bengals game.
Yeah,
and we're not going to spend too much time on it, but Cincinnati's had their number.
Well,
but the last 3 times?
Last 3 times they have. Yeah, they have. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, beginning of the season, I did have a little Joe Burrow rant. Those who remember at the very beginning, I was concerned about how he was looking.
It didn't look like he was
playing this bar. I mean, it seems like whatever he had going on beginning of the year, he's worked it out. So Bengals are one of those you got to definitely put a star next to them. I mean, defending AFC champions. I mean, people are pretty much, like you said, all KC Buffalo. I think there's a big 3. You got to put Cincinnati up there with those 2. So, star next to them. I guess the surprise team of the week, the Detroit Lions. Not the fact that not the fact that they won the game, but how they won it. Oh, we got a call.
Oh, let's do this. Hello, welcome to Blow the Whistle. Who's calling?
I was working. I'm off now. Calling in real quick.
How you doing, sir? What's going on with you?
Give us a good word.
Lamar, are you there?
I think we lost the call.
Yeah, I think we lost Lamont. He must be on his cell phone driving, trying to call in.
These Eagle fans, you just can't trust them. You just can't trust an Eagle fan. I got a lot of just baggage with the Eagles. I'm happy to see. Like I said, I'm a Jalen Hurts supporter. I liked him in college.
You're a supporter now?
No. Time out. I've always liked Jalen Hurts. I followed Jalen Hurts from his freshman year at Alabama.
I remember all the
talking. I told you at the beginning, before we even started the season, I said Jalen Hurts, everything about him is about winning. And so I've always liked Jalen Hurts. Okay, get this call.
Hey, Lamar, how you doing? Welcome to Blow the Whistle, sir.
Yo, what up, man? And you can always trust the Eagles fan, man. Whenever we call in, just know you in the presence of a champion, man. That's all you need to know.
But listen, have I always spoke good about Jalen Hurts though? Have I always not spoken well about Jalen Hurts? Have I always not?
Yeah.
Thank you. I liked him from his freshman year of college. I liked him back when he was playing in Oklahoma and he was blowing teams out 50-7, and they interviewed him, and he looks like he ready to fight somebody. And they said, "Hey, Jalen, you had a great game today." Jalen's like, "No, I didn't. I could have done much better. I didn't do this. I didn't do that." And the woman announcer is like, "But Jalen, you won 50-7." I thought that doesn't matter. I could do better. And I said, this guy's in college talking like this. He's going to be something else in the pros. And sure enough, he's come out here and been on fire. And so I I've long admitted I'm not a huge Eagle fan. I mean, just because of my Redskin allegiance back in the day, but this is the best quarterback they've had since, I'm gonna say, Randall Cunningham.
Wow.
And that's saying something. And that's talking about, I'm not even recognizing McNabb. I'm not even recognizing what's his name? The guy who
Vic and McNabb.
The one that won the Super Bowl.
Who won the Super Bowl for him. I mean, I thought he just had Foles. He just had a flash in the pan. That was just his moment. But Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback y'all have had since Randall Cunningham. As far as just,
I give you that.
As far as just overall just talent and ability to win games. So yeah. So I like what you got. Now Packard said fool's gold. I've never said that. I believe the Eagles are going to compete for the Super Bowl this year. I mean, I just don't see anybody else in the NFC that's going to challenge them. With that the way the defense is playing, and with Jalen Hurts doing what he's doing, as long as he don't get hurt, I got you guys winning the NFC. Mark that down.
Mark it down, man. I like to hear that because pretty much that's all you can see this year. Like, I mean, the only team I can see in the NFC that can possibly give us a run for our money in the NFC Championship is the Vikings, which we already beat. So I mean,
well, I don't. I can't believe in the Vikings. I'm just not a Kirk Cousins. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins in big games, and until he proves it to me, Kirk Cousins is like the opposite of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts brings it. Cousins talks it.
Okay.
Cousins has his bling on. It's like that. All that whooping. Jalen Hurts. You ever heard a peep out of Jalen Hurts this year? All Jalen Hurts is talking about is just winning. There's no damn. I mean, Jalen Hurts just plays.
Let me give a shout out to Juan Carlos and Jonathan Lang. What's up, people? How y'all doing out there?
All right. Hey, two of my victims.
Oh yeah.
Haven't I taken them out in fantasy this year?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I got.
Thank you guys for those. I appreciate it.
But let's not get off the subject. Let me hit you in Lamont with the real. Now look, the Eagles. I can't take nothing from them. They're the best team in the NFC right now.
Right.
And I'm not taking none of that from them. All I said was, and Lamont, wait, before you say something, let me put the mic back over there, but let me get out what I got to say real quick. You guys, like I said, it's fool's gold. So is the Cowboys. And the dangerous teams that you guys got to watch out for is the 49ers and the Tampa Bay. Those are the two teams you guys got to watch out for. And when playoff time come, that's when I think you and the Cowboys are going to cancel each other out. I think they're going to end up having to play each other in the playoffs before they even see somebody. I think that's how it's going to work out, and they're going to cancel each other out. And the team that goes from that is going to get beat by either the Niners, because I think Purdy can hold it in there, but I'm not going to put too much on them. But everybody in NFC has to be put on notice with Tampa Bay.
Okay, this is me. Like I've told you already, I'm never going to count Brady out in the playoffs. That still being said, I like Jalen Hurts. I like what I see from him. I like his attitude. I like the fact AJ Brown has a chip on his shoulder. He looks like he wants to show, hey, Tennessee, look what you did to me. I'm going to show you.
Right.
A lot of chips on the shoulder. Defense is just looking like they're ready to play. They're going to be a tough team to beat. And if they had the home field throughout the playoffs, they're going to be tough to beat.
On YouTube, James Johnson came and said, the Eagles don't want to see the 49ers. Eagles have been playing nobody with defense. And that's coming from YouTube. Hey, Lamont, you might want to log on to YouTube and holler at James Johnson, because he seemed like he got a whole lot to say to you, sir.
Uh-oh.
Hey, if he listening, if he can hear me, so y'all defense is nice, I give you that. But y'all are not going anywhere with Purdy. Miss Purdy. Now y'all ain't going. No, come on, man. Y'all barely would have went somewhere with Garoppolo. Like y'all got McCaffrey now. That's great, but y'all not about to beat our defense is on. Our offense is on all cylinders, bro. Like the Niners are good. I give you that, but they're not going to beat us in when it counts. Not this year. So I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, this is coming from a diehard Eagles fan. Like this is one of the best teams we've had ever. Even the Super Bowl year, which was a great team. This is a better team. So just understand that.
No arguments from me. I've said that from the start that I like what I see from the Eagles. Like I said, and I'm speaking as not an Eagle fan. I'm just speaking on week after week. I haven't seen the Eagles, even the Eagles' one loss against the Commanders, they didn't stink it up. I mean, they played. I mean, you just got to give Commanders credit that they just had a little bit more of that game. But
I'm just saying that the Eagles and the Cowboys are in the same division, and y'all had some easy games this season. Hey man, hey, look. Let's wait till it gets to the thick of it, because there's a lot of football left. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady might get the.
Done got 6 losses, so like you can't really go off of that. Tom Brady done lost to teams that was gimme teams, and we beat the people that's in front of us, man. So I really don't want to hear that. Like we haven't played any. We played the people that was in front of us, NFL teams, and we've dominated.
Yeah.
So I mean.
I'm with you.
And you also say the best team in the NFC East or in NFC. We're the best team in the league right now. What team? Even the Bills, they kind of seem they kind of changed. They still they still the Bills, but they not like just mooring over people and beating every team that you think that they should beat. KC, same thing. Like, but us, we had that one loss to the inside of our division, which is understandable, but. We are running the league right now, so we're definitely number 1 team in the league, and I want to put some respect on our name. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you know what, Lamont? You know what? I got to give you that. You know why? Y'all doing y'all thing. These are all professional teams. I will back off of it. My team is still hanging in the wings there, and I want us to get a quarterback. So, hey, it is what it is. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, holla at your boy Panther Nation.
Oh my
Lord. I don't care. I don't care where we at or what's going on. I still got Carolina to make a run at it with Sam Darnold.
Jesus Christ, God help us. But look, they got to make the play. Wait, they got to make the playoffs. How they gonna make the playoffs?
Steve. You with your respect level, Steve.
Time out. Did y'all watch Tom Brady on Monday Night Football? Did anybody watch the game other than me?
I want to tell you this too, Lamont. If you haven't got on YouTube, James Johnson said the Eagles won't make it out of the second round of the playoffs, and he guarantees it. And he at the beginning he said, "Bang bang, Niner gang."
Wow, okay. Wow, that's a bold prediction there.
But you know what, Lamont, we want to thank you for calling in, but we got to get into these picks because we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And congratulations on being number 1 in the
you gonna just throw him off the thing without even giving his props?
Hey, we gave him his props earlier. I don't know if he was watching or not. He said he was at work.
Okay, well, yeah, congratulations. You've gotten me in a couple of leagues this year, so I'm gonna give you your love because
Desert Eagle 86, right?
I got to a point now where I almost cringe seeing you playing against you because you seem to be getting me in fantasy this year. So I'm not happy about that. I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, I'm not happy because I look on the schedule and I see you coming up, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta actually put a team on the field. It ain't like going against Packers where I just sit there and say, oh, I guarantee to win. Packers called me up and said, man, I gotta win this week. I said, well, you're going against me. It ain't gonna happen. I said, look, I can put up my second team, and I'm gonna find a way to win. So when I see you, I'm gonna get my best team against you because I know you're gonna give me a battle.
It ain't over until it's over. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen to me. I love
the
fact that I had to knock him out of his big league. He had to go against a king. It wasn't against no little princes.
What I'm doing next season, I'm getting rid of the divisions. I'm just going to line up everybody where the
best record like me.
Yeah, the best where it's just all aligned up. Not even divisions. I'm just going to have it one line.
I like that.
Yeah, because man, it seems like my division always has the Warriors in it, and then I look at the other division, and it's only one person running in that division.
Oh, you mean like me? Oh, you mean like me? Yeah. I thank you for the compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm running with things this year, so I'm gonna have the best record in his big league. So, thank you.
All my leagues are big leagues, and congratulations to anybody who wins.
That's right. So,
congrats.
So Lamont, you're gonna get a fight this week. I need that win. So, good luck.
Lamont don't want to see me. You should see when I play him. Tell him I put handles on you. I put handles.
Type like that.
I gotta add this in here too. Listen, I beat Packard. Packard had the Cleveland defense. Now, anybody who watched the game this week,
oh man,
the Cleveland defense got 31 points. I mean, that's unheard of. That's unheard of for a defense to get you 31 points.
Hey,
anyone who plays fantasy,
I got him.
And he still lost to me. I mean, when I saw that 31 points against the Browns, I'd already written the game off. I said, "Oh man, but there's no way I could beat him." But 31 points from the Cleveland defense.
Mahomes and Kelsey had a bad game.
Woo, yeah.
It is what it is. It's fantasy football, and you gotta love it. But Lamont, we gotta get into these picks. But before you get off, let's get
me the pick. Let's let him make the picks while he's on the phone.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the mic to you, and I'm gonna let Steve ask you 4 picks before we get you out of here.
Exactly. So let's start with the first one. Tomorrow night, Raiders at the Rams.
Ooh, Raiders, Rams. Not really a Rams fan this year. They don't look too good. I'm loving Jacobs or how he's running right now, and I feel like he's gonna have over 100, maybe 150 yards. So Raiders.
Who you got?
Well, ask him so we can.
Okay, but he said Raiders. I'm gonna go ahead with the next game. Let's go with Ravens Steelers. Keep in mind that Lamar Jackson is not gonna play.
But I like Huntley. Huntley is actually a decent quarterback. So I almost went Steelers, but I think the Ravens gonna pull that out because I like Huntley.
Okay. I would ask you Eagles Giants, but I already know what you're gonna say, so I'm gonna skip that one. Tampa Bay. We got Tampa Bay against the Niners.
Tampa Bay against
49ers.
Oh yeah. Brady got lucky last week, but it's not looking good. Once he gonna pay them Niners, and I give it to the Niners because I like their defense better than how Brady's playing right now in his line. So yeah.
All right, then the flex game, Sunday Night Football, Dolphins at the Chargers.
I just can't go against that offense, man. That offense is something else. That Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Waddle had a bad week last week, but I think he's gonna turn it up this week and make up for it. So Miami.
Ask him Browns Bengals.
Browns Bengals. He wants to know about Browns Bengals as if we know who's going to win. We know who's going to win.
That's a good. Hey, that's going to be a shootout, low key. The Cleveland Browns defense is actually is not. It might be like a stalemate because their defense is good, Cleveland, and Bengals offense is really, really good too. So it kind of might be a stalemate. So it might be like a 17-20 type game, but I give it to the Browns.
Ooh, Browns with the upset. I like it. Okay.
Yep.
All right then.
Panthers Seahawks last one.
Panthers Seahawks the last one. You know he got to get a Carolina game in there. You know that. Come on now.
Hey, I was thinking about this one hard, and I wanted to pick the Panthers, but I don't. But like if they would have had
Baker Mayfield, thank you. If they would have kept Baker Mayfield, you would have gone with the Panthers.
Mayfield, yeah, but I don't know. I don't like either Mayfield or Donald. So, but I do like Geno Smith. I like the running back over there, Walker and Metcalf. They got weapons over there. So I wanted to say Panthers, but y'all gonna lose that one and be out the playoffs. Sorry.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you see Walker get into it with Geno Smith on the sidelines during the game?
Yeah, I had to take the mic from Lamont. Lamont, you're no longer on the mic, sir.
Yeah, you should have saw the sad look on his face when you said Seahawks. He has such a puppy dog look.
The disrespect was uncanny.
You broke his spirit saying the Seahawks.
Now, Lamont, make sure you call in next week. I'm gonna have a few things to say to you.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you call in next week, sir. And thank you for tuning in.
And I already marked you taking the Eagles over the Giants, so I already put that down for you. I didn't have to tell you, but all right.
And please tell a friend, man. Like, subscribe, and share. We got to get our viewer count up on YouTube, please.
Yeah, let's get these picks going.
But thank you, Lamont. I'll
right,
talk to you next week.
Appreciate it.
All right, later. All right, let's get to Raiders Rams. So
Raiders.
I think the Raiders are starting to hit a little stride. We don't know who's starting with the Rams. Aaron Darnold not playing. I'm going with the Raiders.
Jets, Bills.
Who you got?
Huh?
Who do you have? Raiders, Rams.
I said Raiders.
Okay,
Did you miss it? Did you miss it?
All right. Well, I mean, go ahead.
You must block it out so
I
much
just block it out. Yeah,
because you don't like what they say.
I don't like what they say. So I just automatically shut down. Go ahead.
Jets, Bills. You know I'm taking my boy Josh.
Oh yeah, I got the Bills. Come on now.
Browns, Bengals.
Browns, Bengals. This is a tough one. The Browns play the Bengals hard every time. It don't matter what the records are. The Browns are going to bring it. I'm going to go with the Browns with the upset too.
See?
I'm going to take the upset.
You learning it because I'm taking Mr. Watson also.
Okay.
Vikings at the Lions.
Ooh. I'm going to say, conventional wisdom would say Vikings, but I like what I saw from the Lions last game.
Okay.
I liked what I saw from the Lions.
Okay.
I'm taking the Lions with the upset.
There you go, Steve. There you go. Wrong. I'm taking the Vikings.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins comes to town.
All right.
Eagles at the Giants.
Oh, this is an easy one. Eagles. Giant spirit was broken when the Commanders tied them.
You keep using that broken spirit thing.
Broken spirit.
I'm taking the Eagles also. Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens, Steelers. I would have taken the Ravens all day if Mayfield was starting. I do like Huntley too.
You mean if Lamar was starting?
What did I say?
You said Mayfield. You got Mayfield.
I got Mayfield on the brain. I'm still reminiscing about when the Browns were a contender. But that still being said, I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Yeah. Wow. We on the same page. Steelers. Jaguars at the Titans.
Without if what's his name doesn't play, Trevor Lawrence, there's no way they can beat the Titans. I got Titans.
I'm taking the Titans also. Chiefs, Broncos, kind of an easy one.
Easy one. We've suffered through Russell Wilson all year.
I need this game.
Yeah, exactly. We've lost all faith in you.
I need a high-scoring game, and I think it's going to be a blowout in the first half.
Okay.
KC Broncos. I'm taking KC, and Cali Cat Pack. We gonna roll into Seattle and go visit Geno Smith and give out that knockout blow. I'm taking Carolina. You know what it is.
I know what you're taking. I like Geno Smith's fire last week, getting at it with his wide receiver.
You can have his fire.
I'll take his fire and the win. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Poor you.
Okay.
That's why you be on the list of the contest and be at the bottom of me.
All right. We'll see.
Tampa Bay 49ers. They're going to be in the battle of the Bay. That's what they're going to call this one.
Well, let's see. We got Tom Brady, who was a 5th-round draft pick, first-team guaranteed Hall of Famer versus Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. There's a reason why you are Mr. Irrelevant. That means a lot of teams passed on him, saw something that didn't impress them to make him go to be the last pick of the draft.
He impressed me last week.
Okay, he can impress you all you want. I got Tom Brady all day.
He impressed me, but I'm still going Tom Brady too.
Exactly.
And James Johnson, yeah, buddy, had that money ready, Okay. Dolphins at the Chargers.
Dolphins.
Los Angeles Chargers.
I think the Chargers needed more. Now we didn't mention Tua had a little injury too. I think Tua was not 100%. There's something.
He was limited at practice today, but
Yeah, there's something going on with him. I'm going with the Chargers this week.
wow.
At home, cross country game. I got the Chargers. I think it's gonna be upset.
Dolphins lost last week. They're not going to lose 2 in a row. I'm going with Tua.
Okay.
Tua, the Dolphins.
Sounds good to
Now,
me.
this is a game that had me, the Monday night game. Patriots at the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with this one. Conventional wisdom would say maybe go with the Patriots, but I got a weird feeling that somehow Kyler Murray, all his guys are now starting to get healthy again.
His wide receivers back Brown.
Got Brown back. Him and Hopkins seem to be connecting well.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Hey, well, we on the same page. Hey, Daniel Booze, thank you for
yeah, we
the love.
appreciate you. I think you got me one of the games. I think I'm playing against you this week. I think I'm playing against Boone.
Are you?
Yeah, I think we got the battle for first place in the big league, if I remember correctly. I think we both 8-4. So I need to win that game to get that first place money.
Okay,
So it should be good. I wish you luck, but not too much luck. I'm gonna keep it real. I need a couple injuries out of you guys. So I think we got to shut down. I think I said something that pissed off the internet gods.
Hold up.
I think I said something that pissed off the. Oh, there we go.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hold up.
Well, while he's working on that, let's just close things out by saying this is December time. The money's getting heated up.
Oh, we still good.
Okay.
The studio, we still in the studio. I don't think they missed anything. Yeah, we still good.
All right.
But thank you guys.
Before we leave, let's give a little fantasy playoff advice. Because some of you guys, this is probably your last week before the fantasy playoffs. What advice would you give people going into preparing for the fantasy playoffs? Given you're a fantasy veteran, someone who's been through the wars before, what would you tell somebody to set their team up for the playoffs?
Make sure you're not playing me.
But listen, make sure you're playing here where you want to guarantee you win. But this is the last week for buys. This week we had 6 teams on bye. So a lot of you guys got about 4 or 5 or 6 guys maybe on your team on a bye week.
Hey, it's a scramble for
waiver wires this week. Let you know. But guys, be smart about the waiver wire. Don't pick up guys that you're only going to try to use for 1 week and then lose what you can keep up for the playoffs. So kind of be smart about it. You might have to sacrifice a little bit for the bigger picture. Don't give your whole team up for 1 week. That's my advice.
Hey, and we're gonna have some interesting news next week.
Yes,
when
we
these
are.
wins coming here.
But let me see. Can I say something new?
Yeah.
You gonna close this without doing one Cali Cat Pack report? You don't have no report this week?
You know what?
I'm a little.
I'm saving it for next week because this game is gonna let us know exactly where this is gonna go. We got to go in here and we got to win convincingly.
Okay.
Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Wyatt, Panther Nation.
Holla
at your boy. Hit me in the DMs, and I'm gonna be with y'all on Sunday, just like y'all gonna be with me on Sunday. Let's go in here and get this W for this coach that we want to keep.
Let's go, Trophy Man, baby.
Oh my goodness! I knew that's why you were setting it up.
Hell yeah.
Peace out, people. We see y'all next week.
Peace.